What's up, guys? Welcome back. So if you've been around the channel lately, you know the XTR3 bed rack by Xtrusion Overland, one of our channel partners, hands down my favorite addition we've done to this TRD Pro. Let me show you the latest project and the latest customization that we've done to make it ours and make the best even better. All right, so what we've done is added what they call their slide out kit. It basically allows you to take an extruded bar and add it pretty much anywhere on the rack that has a flat surface, smooth surface, and it just lets you utilize every inch of this bed rack. So let me show you how it works. As you can see, we have bearings that I'm going to show you on the install. It allows you to pull this bar out, access whatever you need to access. When you're done, slide it right back in. We hit our stop block down there, turn this little handle, locks it in place, not going anywhere as you're driving. We have our roto packs mounted to it right now. We're also going to be adding our water cans up there as well. But yeah, this thing is just another way and another reason why I am so happy to be partnered up with this company. Hands down the best bed racks on the market. Let me show you what's in the kit and how to get it installed. Here's everything you're going to get in the kit. You have your extruded bar, of course. Ours is the length of our bed rack. That's most likely how you're going to get it. Obviously, you can order it different if you wanted it different for some reason, but most common option is length of the bed rack. You're going to get 6 of these linear bearings that look like this. You can see they have this white rubber piece on there. So there's those 6. We have our end cap, or I'm sorry, a stop block. This is your end cap. And obviously, I'll show you where all this stuff goes. Hardware, T-nuts, and then we have this threaded handle with a carriage bolt. That's going to be important. I'll show you where that goes. First thing I'm going to do before we do anything is we're going to take one of the linear bearings and take our threaded handle with the carriage bolt. What you're going to want to do is the hole right there in the middle of the white piece of the bearing, you're going to want to slide that through, and you can see how the carriage bolt is going to go right between them 2 bumps. Hopefully it's showing up on camera, but you can see how it's setting right in there. This is how we're going to lock the bar, the slide bar in place. Okay, so we're just going to loosely attach that right now. This bearing is going to come towards the tailgate on the top. Again, we'll give you a better look at that as we're going. First thing we need to do is prep the rack for the install. So you can see our 4-hole joining plates are now on the outside of the rack. You can see the 2 there and then 1 down at the end. If you saw my install video, you would know that they're usually on the inside surface, but we need a nice flat smooth surface for the slide out bar to come in and out. So that's why you need to make sure, and this is only temporary. We're actually going to be removing these and installing a corner brace just because I want a nice flat surface out here as well. We had to remove our molly panels for right now, but they will be going back on once we get those corner braces. But if you're stuck with these 4-hole squares, just make sure they're in the outside portion of the rack. All right, now we're going to take our 6 linear bearings, and they're going to be installing on this flat portion up here and underneath, okay? Now, in order to do that, again, as you can see, there's the white portion, white rubbery portion, and then the silver solid portion. The silver solid portion is what's going to sit down in this top track here. So it's going to lay just like that, okay? And that puts the white portion on the inside because that's what the bar is going to slide on. So all we have to do is take 2 T-nuts, drop them down in this upper portion. Then we're going to take our bolts that look like this. Okay? And when you're looking at the rack, you can see top 2 holes right there. They actually have a recess for the bolts to go down in. We're just going to line those up with our T-nuts. And I'm just going to loosely get them attached for right now, and then we'll go back and tighten everything down once we have all of them started. And these bolts, just so you know, are 1/4-inch hex head. So again, just loosely, still allowing them to slide just for right now. The other thing is you want these spaced approximately 12 to 16 inches apart, depending on the size of your rack, or the length of your rack, I should say. Just kind of use your own judgment. Basically, I'm just going to kind of evenly space my 3. We're going to end up with 3 bearings on the top, 3 bearings on the bottom. So again, just kind of use your judgment. I'm going to evenly space mine out along the length of the rack. And one thing real quick, the bearing that we put the threaded handle on, you want that on top towards the tailgate of the truck. I just realized that as we were going. So make sure you have that one on top, rear of the truck. Now we're going to take the last 3 bearings and put them on the bottom surface down here so they're directly opposite the top. So take 2 T-nuts, put them in the bottom slot underneath, and repeat the process that we just did with the top bearings. Here's where we are at. All 6 bearings are tightened down. You can see where I have them located. That's up to you. Just as I mentioned, make sure they're kind of somewhat evenly spaced apart just for support. Let me go back and show you. And again, all 6 are tightened down at this point. That's important because we're going to go ahead and test fit the bar and make sure everything slides nice and smoothly. The only other thing I'll mention real quick is the shoulder bolt right here. Or I'm sorry, the carriage bolt underneath there. Make sure you have it loosened somewhat so you can see, hopefully there's a very small gap right in there. That's going to allow the carriage bolt to fit into the sidebar as well. That'll make sense when we go ahead and fit it. You'll see what I'm talking about. And then let me show you what we did with the stop bracket before we test fit the bar. So here's where you're going to install that stop bracket or stop brace right there. You're only going to attach it with 2 screws to your upright. So when we push the bar in, it's going to hit this side here, and it's not going to allow it to go any further, obviously, so it won't come back and hit the truck or anything. Now, granted, we are going to have it tightened down with that handle up there, but just in case, God forbid, it ever came loose, the bar and everything attached to it won't slide back and hit the truck. All right, so that's where you're going to apply or install the stop bracket. One more thing before we go ahead and test fit it. You can see we put the black end cap on, and those 2 little caps that you can see on there, they come in your hardware kit. Now, the 2 holes, let me flip this around real quick. You can see there's 2 holes right there. They are not threaded on that side. On the side that you're going to put the black end cap, they are threaded. That way when you push those 2 little black pins or grommets or whatever you want to call them in place, the threads are going to grab onto them and hold them in place. So that's the side you're going to want facing the back of the truck. All right, so when we go ahead and test fit it, that black cap is going to be on my side. All right, so let's go ahead and see if this slides nice and smooth. All right, here we go. With any luck, to get it into the groove there. Okay, now again, you can tell why we wanted that little bit of, you want that carriage bolt loose, because that's going to allow it to get down in that groove there. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep sliding it on. Go, and boom, there we go. Slides nice and smooth, and you can see down the end when it hits that stop bracket in the back, won't go any further. Okay, and then wherever you want to lock it in place, you're going to just take the handle and lock it down. Once you have that tightened, you can see that slide bar is not going anywhere. All right, and again, that's why you want this handle back here, so it's nice and easy to access and get to. There you go, guys, finished product. We have 2 of the white 2-gallon water jugs from Rotopacks, and then obviously our 2-gallon gas tank. All 3 of them have the locking mechanisms on them. Super easy to operate, as we showed you. Unlock that, pull it out as far as you need to pull it out to access whatever you need to access. They all fit on there perfectly fine, as you can see. You can mount anything to this. I chose to put my gallons back here, my water and my extra gas, but just like all of the rest of the Xtrusion Overland bed rack, you can mount whatever you want on this thing because of those extruded handles, or I'm sorry, the extruded bars. Your imagination is your only limitation here. So, all right, let's wrap this up. All right, guys, there you have it, the slide out kit by Xtrusion Overland. All we got to do is get our water cans mounted up there. I'm just waiting for the mounting brackets to get it thrown up on the slide, and we will be all done with that piece. Now, we have already started another project that we're going to be adding to this bed rack. If you guys are in the market, check out Xtrusion Overland. We have a discount code for you to save some money on them, but the options with this rack, they are just absolutely endless. Your imagination is your only thing that's going to stop you from building this rack how you want to build it. I can't wait to share this next project with you. I love this slide out brace, but honestly, my next project with this rack is going to be my favorite without a doubt. So make sure you stay tuned, make sure you're subscribed, turn on that bell. If you have any questions on anything I shared with you in this video, make sure to drop them down below and we'll get them addressed for you. Thanks for watching as always. We'll see you on the next one.